Well, staying on this conversation on petrol scarcity, petrol scarcity across the country has continued to linger, and then oil marketers have accused the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Nnpcl Limited, of politicizing the supply process and making vain promises. Well, joining us to further analyze this issue is one of the stakeholders in the petroleum sector, talking about Peter Nnpcl, former Pengan Sun president. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Nnpcl.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you on the show. Well, let's analyze the origin of this fuel scarcity. We know this isn't the first time Nigeria will be experiencing fuel scarcity, but this time around, it looks to be lingering longer than expected.
Yes, I think in the life of this administration, this is the longest we are having this scarcity. And some of the challenges that we've had that we have led to the this. First, you have what I would call supply problem. The supply problem was having an issue where we have backfill. Backfill was important in the country, so that made us have scarcity for a while until it was now that was dealt with. And then the second challenge was, okay, you have to have enough supply, then you have devaluation in the currency, whereby if you want to get the product, naira to dollar, at the time it was going as high as 900 naira, but right now it's about 745. So the dollar in the black market, while CBN gives you at about 450 to 460 CBN rate, but you can actually, it's very difficult for you to access the CBN rate. So you have marketers, there's been ongoing battle between people owners and Nnpcl. So in terms of stock, I think there are enough stock, but the challenge now is the supply. You have enough stock, but the transportation of the product.
But this is what we keep hearing.
That's where the challenge is now.
Sorry to butt you. You know, last year when this whole scarcity started, we had the Nnpcl Limited promising Nigerians over and over again that they had enough supply of this product, that they had it in stock. But the fuel scarcity keeps on lingering, and the marketers have continued to accuse them, say that this product isn't available to them, and that even the price they promised as of December, that the marketers were going to get the price or the product for 148 naira per litre, but that wasn't to be seen.
One of those challenges is that, you see, when you don't want to take things on headlong, majority of the things we do in our country is ad hoc. You know, for you to, if you're talking about development, if you're talking about growth, it is systemic. It's systemic, it is planned. You are coming to your studio now, you know you are coming to the studio, you know what you have to do in the studio. It's a routine every day. So when one day is when we hiccup along the line, then you are going to have a problem. Now, one of the pieces saying there is enough supply, yes, some available records, there's enough in stock. But the challenge now is, who moves the product from point A to point B to get to those retail outlets? There are some filling stations that you can get to, and you get fuel at 170. That's where you have 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer queue. There are other filling stations where you sell at 240. You don't have any queue.
Yes.
And then there are places in Port Harcourt, for example, they sell for
above 300.
I get regular reports, and people sometimes will call me forgetting that I'm not in charge, and they call me and say, "Well, we are buying fuel here at 400 naira. What are you doing about it?" I said, "No, I've moved on." Now the difference here now is that there are places in Port Harcourt who are as high as 450. So why are we having such discrepancies when we know the federal government is paying a subsidy on every single liter of petrol? So why would you have that? Now, the first thing that I also discovered was the depot owners complaining that because if they get this vessel in, they have to get it to their depot, and they have to get a smaller vessel. The language we use is that you have the mother and you have the daughter vessel. The smaller vessel is called the daughter vessel. To get it from point A to actually their depot, and to hire that, it has to be done in dollars. So it has to be done. Nobody wants to hire a vessel for you in naira. So they have to.
But isn't that a problem? Dollarizing the system.
Yes. So if you have to get that in dollar, And then the guys are not saying that we are getting dollars at X amount. So we cannot also sell at 148. So the depot owners cannot get that at 148. So if NNPC depots and NNPC can get it at 148, then you have more depot owners who have more storage than what the NNPC will get out. So the depot owners are holding products on behalf of NNPC. Because don't forget that the easiest way for us to have gotten this product across the country is through pipeline. But all the pipelines have been vandalized. So all the various strategic depots of NNPC across the country are no longer being used. So the difference now is that the depot owners will say we can't get this product out at 148. And then don't forget, in an atmosphere of scarcity, there is always people who want to make it clear.
Of course.
So what you have now, Omopolale and Sons can get petroleum products, and because of the influence that they have in the system, yet she has no filling station. So then Samuel has filling station. So Omopolale and Sons move it to Samuel and Co, and then you now have to put a premium on it for you to get to Simon. So when Simon gets sick, because Simon needs to run business. So when Simon gets sick, because Simon has said to the Omopolale and Co, he now also has to increase products. That's why you see some of them selling as high as 240, some 300 naira, depending upon the various markups that they get. So what we have is a distortion in the value chain. If I'm government, if I'm in power or down the government, what we will do with that thing?
Let's not get into the solutions yet, Mr. Nnpcl. Let's first analyze the situation, because I'm wondering why we don't have transporters, we don't have tankers. We should have that. That should be breached, shouldn't it?
Yes, you have tankers who you come, who bridge it. Yes, you have tankers. But again, if it comes to at what price are you doing the bridging? Who is getting what? Where are the products going? You know, if the product leaves NNPC today, now where is it going? Is it actually going to the destination? The person receiving the product, do they actually have filling station? You know, I don't want to mention some filling stations that are actually selling at 170. I have about 2 or 3 close to where I live, and they actually sell at that rate. But if you go, the queue is more than 1 kilometer. You know, which means, and that filling station actually has they are virtually in charge of. They own their depot. So that filling station owns their depot. So because they own their depot, they can actually do at 148.
Okay.
All right, before we talk about
they can get it at 148 and sell at 170.
All right, before we go too deep into the purchasing power of this product, I want to take you back to what you said initially. You said the product is not the issue. Where the challenge is the supply. Now, this administration has made us understand that they've given licenses to a number of corporations, as in individuals, to really come on board as marketers of this downstream sector in order for this product to be well disseminated to Nigerians. Why are we still having this issue when all of these have been made, available? Or is it that someone somewhere is really sabotaging the effort of the government? Or is it the government that is not actually coming out to tell us the truth so that we'll know the real situation that we're facing? What exactly is it?
We need to ask ourselves if you give somebody license, if you give somebody license to set up a radio station or a TV house, you can't do that in 1 month. No. So when was this license given? It was in the heat of the lab when this scarcity actually started, close to Christmas. So these guys can't do anything. So what they'll be doing now is they're preparing to set up. It's not really, they are not going to come on stream until around that 7 8, even 1 year.
Okay. So
you can issue license. And then if you also issue license, you need license for them to be involved in the supply chain. So if they don't have a filling station, a retail outlet, for example, and they get this product, what do you want them to do with it? So they will do markup. So they will mark up the product before they give it to J&J Inc. to sell. So when they things get free, they also do their own markup. So at the end, it's the consumers that will pay for all of this. That's one. The other aspect of it is also inefficiency, our lack of planning. You can't expect to be doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. It's insanity. You can't get a different result. So this is what we have been doing over the years. You have scarcity. We had the first scarcity sometime last year in fact. But the result was because the finally workers decided to go on strike. So when the finally workers decided to go on strike, this is no scarcity. Another aspect, there was another country in Europe that also had the first scarcity, monitoring. They also had a blowout in their refinery. But in our own case, we don't even have any of this. There is no strike. The products are available. Then why are consumers not getting the cover? It's because of the challenges within the value chain. Endemic corruption. I'm sorry to say that is the way it is.
So how do we deal with the corruption on this issue now?
That is why you have a government. It's the response. The DSS came up and said, we are giving people 48 hours ultimatum. My first worry was that, fine. On top of the surface, theoretically, that was good for DSS to make. But in terms of operationally, can DSS really effect any change? My fear was that DSS may also be absorbed into the system. Now, after the 48 hours, did DSS arrest anybody? Did they say anything that this
it looked like there was some form of respite when after that ultimatum given by the DSS. It looked like there was some form of respite, and Nigerians were hopeful that perhaps this was going away finally before it came back.
That is why I always talk about the fact that we are what I call the way we are wired as Nigerians. I'm sorry to say is that we have what I call the headline mentality, and the politicians know it. They say something, it becomes frontline, it becomes headline news, and everybody jump at it. But none of us go back to look at the sustainability of what has been said. If somebody makes a statement and you say you have a respite for 2 weeks or 1 week, is that what you are looking for? You want a total solution. And the only way you can curb corruption is to use 1 or 2 people as an example.
Okay.
There are infractions in the system. How many people have been arrested? How many people have been prosecuted from these infractions? What people are not prosecuted? How many people have lost their job? Nobody is losing their job following all of this. So what's the incentive to work harder?
But marketers are still complaining that despite the promise of the Nnpcl Limited that they were going to get the product for as low as 148 naira, they still got it over 200 naira, about 234 naira as at last Friday. What's going on? Why the discrepancies?
Exactly. So that is where, don't forget that the Minister of Petroleum is president.
Yes.
So that is where government comes in. You see, that is where not even the executive alone, that's where the legislature will also come in. That's where we have check and balances. That's why they are paid what they are paid. Now, what you expect to do is, now everybody knows that nobody gets the product. Majority of people don't get the product at 148. I knew that. So marketers, independent marketers that are winning right now, that are complaining right now, it's because they don't get that product. So some people go there and people get upset. As the consumers get upset with independent marketers that are selling at 250, some are selling at 260 or 300 naira. But nobody knows how to get the product. So what the government should have done is to now find out, okay, who is behind all of this? Do you know how much this government is spending on subsidy payment alone?
So before we delve into the subsidy conversation, those selling at 170 naira, where are they getting the products? How come they are able to sell at 170? And then most marketers are complaining that it's still being sold for over 200 naira from the Nnpcl Limited.
I just told you now that those people have their own people. Those people get their direct supply. If we have to go by it, those people get their direct supply. So the independent marketers just look at the way their name, with their name, will know what they do. The independent marketers majority of them are retail outlets.
Okay.
So, and majority of them don't have their own depot. They don't have their cars. They don't have when you start having that, they don't have direct supply. Then if you also need to investigate, you need to find out that's where government comes in. Government can discover all of this. You have Nigerian police, you have DHS, you have EFCC. So all of this can be investigated, and whoever is behind it brought to book. When nobody is brought to book, there's no incentive for not doing the right thing. Not somebody knows that I can get away with anything I do. So it will continue.
All right, so as we make progress into the subsidy removal era, looking at the situation as it stands, what do you think the country is going to look like as we approach the subsidy period?
You know, there are two options. You know, there is the economic side of subsidy removal, and the political side of subsidy removal. So whoever is going to be president is going to have to find the balance between the politics of the economy of subsidy removal. It's one thing to say, I'm going to remove subsidy. I'm hearing all the presidential aspirants or presidential candidates of the major parties talking about subsidy removal. But they need to find the balance. So it's the ability to find the balance of the politics and the economy of subsidy removal. Because it's one thing for you, I also listen to some economists who tell us that, oh, the only way to get out of this is that you just remove the subsidy. Okay, and I'm good. So I'll give an example. If subsidy is removed today, you'll be paying between 400 to 470 naira per litre of petrol.
But let me come in there. Some people are already paying even above that right now as we speak. So what would be the difference?
Yes. Now, the difference now is that the people that you are saying that are paying that are negligible. You understand? I'm not saying that you cannot take it away. Let me give an example. You need to find the balance. Because if you say we should start paying, if it's official that we're going to start paying 470 or 450 or 400 naira, they are good. So come out and make it. Then you also need to tell.
So are you saying it will be uniform then? Sorry to butt in. Are you saying the price will be uniform then? There won't be any form of discrepancies in terms of some people paying 400 and some people paying above that?
Yes, some people will still pay above that. Because once you do that, what's going to happen is somebody in Lagos, for example, if somebody in Lagos is paying 400 naira, you cannot expect somebody in Maduguri to be buying petrol for 400 naira. No. Because that means it's not fully deregulated. Because if I'm only it's easier for me to get products in Lagos than to move the product to Maduguri. So somebody in Maduguri may be paying if I'm paying 400 in Lagos, somebody in Maduguri may be paying maybe 430, 440. So you will no longer have this uniform pricing. But then you also need to put the system in place. If there are no system in place, the people will still suffer for it. It's one thing to just say, oh, we remove it. But the other thing for you to put those checks and balances in place. And also let the people know the benefit that we are accruing from the subsidy removal. Yes, if you take away and say we are going to allow it to float, we are going to allow the price of petrol to float. Just like you are having in diesel now. Diesel is regulated. Yes. But you and I also see the impact of that. The impact of the regulation on that aspect of diesel. Yes, nobody is complaining about that. But you also have to look at it. How many people actually use it? It's majorly for companies, and it's easier for the companies to pass the cost to you and I. It's easy for all of us to say, oh, everybody to say, oh, remove it. Let me just give an example of what just happened in the UK. Now, because of the Ukraine-Russia war, the price of gas shoot up, and then it was when they entered the winter, the British government had to come and cap the price. That no household must use more than X amount every month. If the price of gas goes above this, then the government will absorb the extra cost. That is what is in play. And it's going to be in play until February this year. So that is also the reason why you have government, to make life not too difficult. Life is already very difficult, but don't make it too difficult for the people. That's why I keep talking about planning, I keep talking about the system that will absorb this and make it easier for the people.
So one would wonder why the change in plans. You just talked about planning. As last year, the Minister of Finance, Nnpcl, and the federal government told us that they were going to start the phasing out from June, but now they've shifted it to April. What necessitated the change in plans?
The first thing you see, when they said we're going to start it in June, she's no longer the Minister of Finance. In June, President Buhari is no longer the president.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even have control over that. So if you ask me, this administration would have been the one to do the heavy lifting. So if they are shifting it to April, it's because so many people have now complained. I was also one of those that said, why will you not say you want to start it in June when you are not going to be there?
So didn't they consider that in the first place?
Down the road.
Yes, I was saying, shouldn't they have considered that in the first place before saying they had set aside 3.3 trillion naira to pay subsidy till June?
I think they are the best people to answer that question because it's not just this didn't just start now. Every aspect of our life that has this flip flop. We have what I call one of the biggest problems Nigeria has is policy flip flop. You start wondering before coming to make an announcement, do you even think it through?
Exactly.
Just like somebody is going to construct a road. Look at Dangote refinery, for example. That refinery is going to take us over 600,000 barrels. Fantastic. But you also know that while constructing that refinery, common sense will not tell you that you should have a transport system, a rail network to take it from where it is to the port. Now, the refinery is ready. Now we are thinking of constructing a rail line.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's going to be commissioned January 24th.
That is fake news. It will not be commissioned January 24th. I don't even know how they got that. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's on the tabloids. That's what we see on the tabloids.
Yeah,
that
but just, it will be a miracle for it to happen on the 24th of January.
Oh.
We will talk again just a bit of what I've told you. Let's wait and see if it's going to happen on the 24th of January.
So you're not even optimistic about the functionality by then? Mr. Sele?
Yes.
I said you don't see it happening by the 24th of January.
I don't. I think somebody within the Dangote establishment has alluded to that they don't know where the January 24th came up. So probably one of these tabloids would have just fixed it that they don't think. Even Dangote came, I think I saw a press release from them that 24th is not there. They don't know where people got the date 24th from.
All right. On a lighter note, I just want to ask you this question because I know you're a practitioner as far as the downstream sector is concerned. Please make us understand, is it really true or is there anything is it really true, let me put it that way, that there's something called subsidy on this product? Because I'm looking at the price at which it is going and I'm also scared what the price will be as we approach the removal of the subsidy, of a thing. Is there any subsidies, so to speak, that government is really putting on this product?
Subsidy on the product.
You said?
This government, when they were campaigning to get into office, they said there is no subsidy, and I know that when they got in, they now also discovered that there's actually subsidy. It's very easy for you to know that there is subsidy. How? Now, a barrel of crude right now is about, about $80. So what you need to do is that it's not 1 naira to $1. So if it is 1 naira to $1, then that's a different ballgame. It is not 1 naira to $1. So if you now calculate that CBN rate, 452 to 461, I think I've heard it was about 461. So if you say at CBN rate as 461, so just multiply $80 by 461. So any product that you buy in dollar and you now sell in naira, it cannot be the same. So there is subsidy.
Which is why.
Let me just break it down. The subsidy is different. So that people can understand this, let me just break it in layman's terms. If you buy at $80 and you are spending less than $80 at the end of the day, so the difference between the purchase, how much you buy and how much you sell is a subsidy. So if I tell you now that it's supposed to be sold at nothing less than 400 420 at the moment, and you are buying at 170. So the difference of 250 naira is a subsidy. So there is subsidy, huge subsidy. And what we need to do now is that we want to be able to also identify enough data to know how many liters do we consume daily. Nnpcl said X amount, customs says no, it's X amount. So there's already a discrepancy there. So
yeah, but even the president, who is the Minister of Petroleum Resources, says we do not know how much fuel we consume on a daily basis.
You see, that is when I also heard that is disheartening. That is not good to see. It's not even good to hear. We are supposed to know how many liters of petrol we are consuming on daily basis. And then what we now need to do is to not take the average. That is how you know what you consume. So somebody just wake up now and say, okay, are you spending 1 trillion, 2 trillion on subsidy? How? Public money? So how do you arrive at 2 trillion?
Well, Mr. Sele, we have to bring this home now because we're pressed for time. But I'd just like you to touch on this issue of refineries, getting our refineries working, because a lot of stakeholders have said if the refineries were functional, that we may not have to pay so much to purchase petrol.
Yes, hopefully the refinery come on stream towards the end of the year. There's a difference between the commission refinery and then actually when it starts producing. So we're looking at maybe third or fourth quarter of this year if Dangote refinery comes on stream. Nnpcl refinery, they are hoping that before the end of the year, a certain part of it will also come on stream. So hopefully by 2024, we are no longer going to be importing refined products. So we are going to be able to source everything in-house. Would that reduce it? Yes, it may reduce the price that between 5 to 7 naira. That's what you are going to get, between 5 to 7 naira. And then we also generate employment. On the other hand, what we also need to look out for is that if we have all of this in-house, it does not mean we are going to now 170 will remain 170. No. Because the federal government is going to be selling the crude to Dangote. If Dangote may be paying in naira, because I heard there's an agreement to that effect, Dangote may be paying in naira, there will be naira that would have been converted from dollars. So they will not sell anything below the international going rate of a barrel of crude to Dangote refinery. But Dangote may pay that in naira. Example, if it's 80 naira, $80, and then Dangote have to pay, let's say if it's 400 naira to the dollar, then Dangote will have to pay us 400 naira times 80. So, if that is me, then we should not expect that Dangote refinery is coming on board, so it's going to be 170. No, it's not going to happen.
Well, I was even looking at the moribund refineries that we've been talking about reviving.
Yes, they actually, the contract has been awarded. Yes, I'm very hopeful that may also come up. That's why I also said those refineries may also come on stream before the end of the year. So once it come on stream, and it's going to reduce pressure on our forests. That's key. Number one thing is for us to reduce pressure on our forests because most of the things that money is spent on right now, our forex is spent on is importing petroleum products. So once that is taken out of it, then the substantial pressure on forex will be reduced.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Peter Esele, former Pengastan president, for the sterling contribution and, of course, the interesting projections you just made on the show this morning. Quite enlightening.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good day. Let's take a break. We'll be back to delve into the scarcity of the new Naira note in circulation after this break.